Coming up on Look Today, well, a fundraising tournament benefits an important organization, Saratoga Warhorse. I've got details. And country musician Eric Paisley gives back to the community. More on that coming up. And a man raises funds for the K-9 unit for the Glens Falls Police Department. I've got all these details all ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone, I'm Jay Hood Jackson and this is Look Today. In tonight's program, I sit down with Gail King. She's the Executive Director of the Saratoga County Historical Society for Brookside Museum. And she's here to talk about the Jailhouse Rock 5K. This is an event to raise money for the museum. I also sit down with Marty Vonix. He's the president of the Saratoga County Prosperity Partnership. He's here to talk about ongoing economic development in Saratoga County and an upcoming networking event that's happening on September 14th. Plus, we've got your weather for these crazy Tri-North counties. But first, these headline stories. In our lead story, a horseshoe tournament was held at the old Saratoga Brewing Company over the weekend to raise money for the important organization Saratoga Warhorse. Now, a number of teams competed in a game of horseshoes to raise money for a great cause. The Saratoga Warhorse nonprofit organization partners troubled veterans with retired thoroughbred horses. Now, the connection is amazing between a veteran and a horse. It's been shown to be very instrumental in helping veterans re-engage with society. Well, we spoke to Meg Thompson. She's a tasting room manager for the Saratoga Brewing Company.
Last summer we started fundraising for Saratoga Warhorse, and this was just another way of raising money and having fun.
I've interviewed the people from Saratoga Warhorse. It's an amazing organization. In other news, country musician Eric Paisley made a stop at Saratoga Hospital over the weekend to pay tribute to those who make a difference in our community. Now, the musician's newest single, Angels in This Town, pays tribute to small miracles that are performed each day. Now, Eric is making various stops on his tour to deliver personal concerts. Well, we spoke to Amy Ramo. She's a vice president for Saratoga Hospital.
He's currently on tour with Toby Keith, and he has made it a tradition to stop at organizations throughout the country where they are on tour to perform and give back and say thank you to people who are making a difference in the community.
Hey. We also had the opportunity to speak with Eric himself.
Just with this new song, Angels in This Town, I thought, you know what, there's a really great reason for us to go out and thank people in communities, and it was just kind of, we knew we were going to put that song out, and then all these tragedies kind of happened around the country, and just thought, you know what, let's just go thank people, and they just kind of naturally got called angel visits. It's kind of just the easiest way to put it on our calendar, and know that we're going to get to hang out and thank people every day before we play the show every night.
Very cool idea. All right, switching from news to weather. After a weekend of, you could say, extreme thunderstorms, you should have seen it in Hague. It was like spider webs all over the sky, and it lasted about 30 minutes. I'd never seen anything like it. And luckily, the temperatures have cooled significantly from last week. So let's see how this week is shaping up. For a detailed look at our weather, we're going to head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast. Back to the news. Bradley Dunkley organized a fundraiser for the K-9 unit of the Glens Falls Police Department. A dog wash event was held last weekend, and the results have come in. A total amount of $1,260 was raised for the Glens Falls Police Department's K-9 unit. Now, the money will go towards supplies and equipment for the dogs of the department. We love this one. We spoke to Bradley about the success of the event.
We saw a posting on the Facebook where they needed money for the protective gear, so we went out of our way. We created an event, and we went to Sutherland's Pet Works, and they hosted the event, and we did a dog wash bake sale.
In other news, the Lake George Music Festival kicks off today. I think it's a great festival, blending an interesting fusion of electronic music, classical music, all different genres. The central focus of the festival will still be classical music. However, the introduction of successful electronic duo Mako, listeners can expect a different spin at this year's concerts. Now, the festival runs until August 25th. It opens tonight. For more information on the event, you can visit our website, looktvonline.com, and there's an interview there with Alexander Lombard, who's the founder of the Lake George Music Festival. Up next, I sit down with Gayle King. She's the executive director of the Saratoga County Historical Society for the Brookside Museum in Ballston Spa. She's here to talk about the Jailhouse Rock 5K run to help raise money for the museum. Plus, I also sit down with Marty Vonnegs. He's the president of the Saratoga County Prosperity Partnership. He's here to talk about ongoing economic development in Saratoga County and an upcoming networking event that's happening September 14. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea, how about join us for an interview? Give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. Well, I've got a couple of lookouts tonight. Well, you know, our area, of course, is steeped in history, but it appears as though Lake George Village is doing pretty good at preventing the British invasion. My good friend Jonathan Newell has tried 2 years in a row to hold a really interesting concert in Lake George. Last year, the storms killed it. They had to cancel it. Guess what? Saturday night again, storms came in, killed it, and they had to cancel it. I drove by yesterday to see if they were running. I couldn't find it. So, John, 3 times the charm. Try it again next year, maybe on a different weekend. And the other lookout goes to Alexander Lombard and Barbara, who are opening the Lake George Music Festival tonight. It runs 10 days, I think, between now and the 25th. And the music they're putting together is just phenomenal. Please make it a point to go up into Lake George Village and hear some very, very creative music. Tonight on Look TV, it's Beyond the Headlines with Senator Betty Little. Good one. And some episodes of Tracks, and a reminder, we're going to start our new season of Tracks in September. And don't forget, tune in tomorrow night for the stories that matter to you. Good night, everyone.